What's up, people? I just did a video, but it fucked up the way that camera was, so I'm doing a retake. But I am reviewing um, Trick or Treat. Came out back in 2007. I watched this one 2011, 2012, around there. It was around Christmas time. And I was really captivated by what it was. Because I was initially thinking going in it was going to be about, oh, is it like about a killer like doll? This doll Sam? But no, it's this like anthology movie, and the way in rewatching it today, they did a really good job of tying everything together. Like Sam was pretty much the character that does bring everything together, but I also feel like the way because they were it's a non-linear story where you got like a couple characters doing their own thing. Like you have this story over here about this principal named Steven trying to cover up essentially a murder. And then you have a story over here about these group of kids talking about this Halloween massacre on a bus. And they bring in zombies, and then you have this story over here with Anna Paquin's character and her friends at a party, and then the whole reveal that they're actually werewolves. I fucking love that. I remember being like, the first time watching that, I was like, holy shit. I didn't expect that. I'm like, what? Wait, werewolves? And then, but everything bringing them together is this, thing, Sam, that you see throughout the film. And then, he has his own little thing in the end, and with this old man. And the crazy thing is, this movie's only an hour and like 22 minutes, not even an hour and a half. It's short, but it's really gets to the point. And I think the way it is able to tell all these stories in that short amount of time and not feel rushed and tying everything together in the end of it is perfect. I love the music. I love the characters in it. The different stories. Probably my favorite section is Anna Paquin's section with the werewolves, but I pretty much like all of it though. It's definitely a 9.5 out of 10 movie. It's probably one of my favorite Halloween films, definitely it's one I would watch. I recommend watching every Halloween. It works. It gets you in that spirit of Halloween really, really well. Yeah. But that's pretty much all I could really say. So I'm going to get started here. Tomorrow, Phantasm 5 or Ravager. I hope that one's good and it continues the trend, because so far Phantasm has been a consistent franchise. So if it can nail this last one, yeah, we have a pretty good, consistent, another example of a good horror consistent franchise. So, but we'll get started here. So the movie opens up with this couple coming home from like a Halloween party. This girl Emma hates Halloween while her man loves it. She sends her man in to watch some like basically porno tapes. She's secretly trying to take some Halloween decorations down, and then an unseen figure kills her in front of some kids. You don't see what the figure is because there's like a sheet over them. But it's Sam. I'll just spoil that part of it. But Sam kills her, and then her boyfriend wakes up and finds her body. Pretty cool opening. And then we cut to we meet Anna Paquin, who's going to this party with her friends Maria and I think Amber, the other girl. And they drop her off there. And then we cut back to this kid Charlie trying to go to Principal Steven's house. He's like this unruly kid. Principal Charlie manages to bring him in, and he actually ends up secretly poisoning Charlie, killing him, and also like another kid he throws in the backyard about to bury him. We see this old man next door kind of ask what's going on. After basically kind of shooing away the old man, he killed. This whole section is pretty funny because the principal is trying to kill this guy, like, because the kid's like squirming under him, and his son keeps like asking about, like, oh, when are we gonna carve jack-o'-lanterns and shit. It was funny because he was like literally about to like hit him with the shovel, and then the son came back. Like, humor like that works, and it was from really quick, and then yeah, he kills him, and then goes back in. Well, before going back in, you see the old man next door like screaming, "Help me!" That's gonna be important a little later. But then he goes inside, seemingly about to stab his son, but it turns out they're gonna carve Charlie's head. Really nice little reveal. And then the Sam's first technical appearance is when, while while Steven's doing the murders, he had to go out and give out some candy, and one of the kids that was the candy was given out to was Sam. And I really love that costume. Cool, like pumpkin looking costume. It's a trip. It's a like really a straight up, not gonna lie, like that costume is a trip. So that pretty much section of the film is finished. So now we meet this group of kids: Sarah, Mary, and Schroeder, one of those. And they're gonna. This is where we get the story of the Halloween massacre on the bus, where this bus driver was paid to kill a couple of these disabled kids, and one of the kids manages to get out but crashes the bus, but the driver manages to escape. So after Mary tells that story, I kind of like this section because it's like an R-rated, like kind of like those kids movies where it's this group of those kid like Halloween movies, right? Where it's like these group of kids talking about horror stories, but this is like an R-rated version. So turns out Mary and her friends are pranking Sarah and telling her to go down because there's like this gate elevator thing that leads down to where essentially the crash was, where you see like the bus, and they prank her, having her think they're like zombies, but then the actual kids do come alive, and pretty neat section, and the nice switch up like, oh yeah, this shit's real. And then fucking Sarah runs in the elevator, I'll just call it the elevator, and they're like asking her to open the door and help, they're like apologizing. Oh, we're sorry, we're pranking you. And fucking with the like fucking cold as ice, she's like, she doesn't say no, but she just like pushes it, basically the up button, and just leaves them there to die. You hear them like screaming as she goes up. It's fucking crazy. And then while Sarah goes up, she sees Sam coming. So we get another shot of Sam. So nice little tying in together there. Like, they tie all these stories pretty beautifully. Like, they're different, but they're managed to tie everything together. It doesn't feel confused. You're not confused or like, okay, what's going on here? And then the next story is Anna Paquin's section. So she's at a party. Her friend Maria tells her, like, can you meet me? At like basically the other side of the party, or like there's another party. So while there's an earlier scene where you see like this guy who you think is like a vampire hooking up with a girl, but he actually kills her. He's like a serial killer. Follows Anna, seemingly about to attack her, and then back at the party with the girls, we see a figure get thrown in a Red Riding Hood outfit. You think it's Anna at first, but no, it's the guy. And this is where we get the reveal that they're all werewolves, and basically they all kill him and some other people. And you see Sam in the background watching. Awesome scene and very cool reveal. And the werewolf effects look pretty good too. Like, they actually tried, and it was like a werewolf feast. It's crazy. And the transformations look pretty good too. Like, when you actually saw, like, because Anna was like she was the last to transform, and I thought looked really good. So that's finished. Then the next story is the old man next door. I think this is pretty much the last story before the conclusion. he hates Halloween. He scares off like a group of trick-or-treaters. Old Man Krieg, that's what the old man's name was. Old Man Krieg. Um, he's a curmudgeon kind of character. He doesn't like Halloween. But then Sam shows up, attacks him. Krieg seemingly gets the upper hand when he shoots Sam with a shotgun, and you see like because he shoots his mask off and you see it under Sam, and my God, the practical effects look really fucking good for Sam. But he survives, stabs Krieg in the leg. Seemingly he has a chance to kill him, decides not to do it, and basically tells him you gotta hand out candy. So then Sam leaves and I think sets something on fire. We get the reveal that Krieg was the bus driver from earlier, from who actually did the massacre. So now we get to our conclusion where Anna and her friends are coming home from the party while Sarah heads home. Trick-or-treaters are trick-or-treating. Krieg is handing out candy. So is Charlie. And after Krieg, and then they kind of tie it up in the end with going back to the beginning where we saw that couple. Then we see Krieg, after handing out candy, go in, but another knock. And then the knock is the dead kids from earlier that he killed. They devour him, and then the film ends. Very awesome movie. The way they tie every character together, every story together, but they did the anthology really well. And the way it does that, there's a lot of story in this for an hour and 22 movie. You're not lost following it. You know which section you're on very well. I love the werewolves. That's probably my favorite one. But I also do like the Krieg section was pretty good too. I like all of them though. It's a very awesome movie, very unique movie. Kind of wish it was more talked about, but it came out in 2007. Kind of came under the radar. It's definitely more of a cult classic now. I think more people, especially if you're into horror, know about this movie. So, but I heavily recommend it if you haven't. It's not long. It doesn't drag or anything. You're not going to get lost even though it's not like a linear story like a normal movie is. You're not going to get lost following it. So I think they do a good job at jumbling all these stories together. You're not confused or whatever. So very good movie, good horror film. Yeah. So tomorrow, Phantasm 5. Hopefully that's good. And then Friday, Ginger Snaps. Can't wait to watch that again. It's been a little bit since I've watched that. So yeah. Yeah, can't wait. But as usual, peace out. So Phantasm 5 review tomorrow. Fuck Joe Biden. Peace.